So in this video, we are moving to the next topic, that is the general weighted residual statement. So it is always the weighted function into the residual statement which is equal to 0. So this is what the general form of weighted residual statement. General weighted residual statement. So now we are going to derive the weak form of weighted residual statement. The weak form of weighted residual statement. So what is meant by weak form? So we find some difficulty in the governing equation when it is in the fourth degree. So when you have the fourth degree of governing equation, you should add at least 4 constants to solve the problem while you using polynomial function. When you use third degree, you at least use 3 constants in the problem. So it is very complicated to differentiate the equation and finding the value of constants. So we are going to simplify or reduce the degree of the differentiation by making the weighted residual statement to a weak form. So this is the concept behind the weak form. Even the weak form of the weighted residual statement is easy to find, easy to calculate, but the accuracy is affected when compared to the general weighted residual statement and the Galerkin method and other weighted residual methods. So we are going to derive the weak form of the equation for a particular solution. I think the axially loaded bar we already derived or solved for the displacement. So the loading is kept as Q0. Here x equal to 0, here x equal to L. The displacement at 0 equal to 0 and the slope at x equal to L is equal to 0. So these are the boundary conditions. The displacement at the x equal to 0 and the slope at x equal to L which is equal to 0. So the governing equation in that axially loaded member is AE d square u by dx square plus q0 equal to 0. So to derive the weak form, I am making the external loading in variable form. So x is a variable, A is a loading at each point. So A is a load, x is the variable along the axis of the bar element. So the governing equation for this problem is changed to AE d square u by dx square plus AX equal to 0. So any axially loaded member will have this property A into E. Any perpendicular loaded member will have the element E into I. So keep in mind the flexural rigidity EI will always be there in the bending problems. So this is the axially loaded problem. Hence we have AE d square u by dx square plus AX equal to 0. So the general weighted statement we know Wx into Rx. So Wx. What is the residual function in this problem? So this governing equation is the residual function. So AE d square u by dx square plus AX into dx which is equal to 0. So normally in this case the weighted function is always the displacement function because our aim is to find out the displacement function. So the weighted function is always a displacement function. So I am multiplying the wx component inside. Wx ae d square u by dx square plus integral of wx into ax dx, which is equal to 0. So both are in integration form. See, we make this wx ae d square u by dx square in the form of u dv, so that we can change into uv minus v du. So we are going to change the first term in this format. How? The boundary is from 0 to L. Wx is u. dv is ae du by dx. The derivative of this component will give ae d square u by dx square. So I can write the derivative of ae du by dx. So it is in the form of u and dv plus integration of wx into ax dx equal to 0. So now we can rewrite in the form of uv minus v du. So wx ae du by dx 0 to L minus v is ae du by dx (0 to L). du is, here u is wx, so d of w by dx into dx plus integration of wx into ax dx equal to 0. Okay, I think now a small simplification. ae du by dx. What is meant by ae du by dx? Let me explain. For axially loaded element, the deflection delta equal to PL by ae. Delta is the displacement, L is the length. So if you derive del by L, it is P by ae. Instead of del by L, I can put du by dx because u is the displacement, x is the length. So P by ae. So when you multiply with the ae, cross multiply the ae, P is equal to ae du by dx. Actually, what is meant by ae du by dx? It is the axial force. It is the axial force. So I can write, while substituting the upper limit, WL and PL minus W0 P0. So I can write the axial load at L and axial load at 0th point. Minus 0 to L AE du by dx dw by dx into dx. Here u is in the vector form, plus 0 to L wx ax dx equal to 0. Ax dx equal to 0. So we are making the full statement, full weak form of residual function statement. Here I missed one boundary condition. So I am going to write the same step in the next page. So again I am writing W of L, P of L minus W of 0, P suffix 0 minus 0 to L AE du vector by dx dw by dx into dx plus integration of 0 to L w of x ax dx equal to 0. So this is the complete statement which represent the weak form of a weighted residual function. Weak form of a weighted residual function. And further we can simplify that w of 0 is the displacement function at 0 which is equal to 0, and the axial force PL depends upon the slope at x equal to L which is 0, hence PL is equal to 0. So the first solution we get W0 equal to 0, the second solution PL 0. So we can neglect these two quantities, we can neglect these two terms, and bringing the first component to the right side of the equation, I can even simplify AE du vector by dx dw by dx into dx, which is equal to wx into ax dx. So this is the simplified form. So this is the weak formation of weighted residual function. General weighted residual function is, for the same problem, w ae d square u by dx square plus ax is equal to 0. This is the general form. So we have to note the difference between the general weighted residual method and the weak form of the weighted residual method. Here the formula is only in terms of du by dx. There is no d square u by dx square. So we can simplify the calculation to get the required displacements. So I am going to find the solution for this problem. So let us assume u of x is equal to c1x plus c2x square, where w1 is equal to x, w2 is equal to x square. That is weight function 1, weight function 2. Weight function 1 is equal to x, weight function 2 is equal to x square. So it is taken from here. So to substitute in the weak form, the derivation, the differentiation of dw by dx is equal to 1, dw2 by dx is equal to 2 times of x. We need this value. dw1 by dx equal to 1, dw2 by dx equal to 2. So first I am going to form the weak form of weighted function w1. The weak form of weighted function w1. Weight function w1. Zero to L AE du vector by dx dw1 by dx into dx, which is equal to 0 to L w x of a into x dx. So this is the formula, where u is equal to c1x plus c2x square. So du by dx is equal to c1 plus 2c2x. So substitute du by dx in the above format. 0 to L is equal to AE. Du by dx is equal to C1 plus 2C2x. dw1 by dx from the previous page, dw1 by dx is equal to 1, where we are taking w1. w1 is the first variable, w2 is the second weight function. Here this is first weight function, this one is the second weight function. So dw1 by dx is equal to 1, which is equal to 0 to L. W of 1 x is equal to x, dw by dx is equal to 1. So w of x is equal to x into ax dx. So ae c1x plus 2c2x square by 2, 0 to L, is equal to ax cube by 3, because it is a into x square. While integrating, it is x cube by 3, 0 to L. So cancel. So a is equal to c1l plus c2l square, which is equal to al cube by 3. So we can make this in equation form. C1L plus C2L square equal to AL cube by 3AE. So you keep this is equation number 1, because we are going to form another equation from the weak form of W2. For a assumed displacement function, we made two weighted function. One weighted function is x, another weighted function is x square. So we are forming the weak form for the first weighted function x and getting the equation, finally the equation number 1. For the next weighted function W2, 0 to L, AE, du by dx does not change, C1 plus 2C2x. The W2 is x square. So dw2 by dx is 2x. So dw2 by dx is 2x. 2 times of x into dx, which is equal to integral of 0 to L. The weighted function is x square, a into x into dx. So integrating AE. So while you are multiplying x inside, so it is C1x, 2C1x. So 2C1x square by 2 plus, if you multiply the 2, it is 4, and x, it is x square. So 4C2x cube by 3. Substitute 0 to L, which is equal to, it is x cube, so it is x power 4 by 4 into a, and the limits are 0 to L. So by simplifying, it is AE C1L square plus 4C2L cube by 3, which is equal to AL power 4 by 4. So I am making in the equation format with the two constant, 4C2L3 by 3, which is equal to AL power 4 by 4 AE. So this is equation number 2. So we are going to solve the both equations, C1L square plus 4C2L cube by 3. So how we can solve? C1L square. So I am going to write the first equation, C1L plus C2L square. So you can refer from the previous page, C1L plus C2L L square equal to AL cube by 3AE equal to AL cube by 3AE. So if you multiply the first equation with L, or even you can divide the second equation by L. So this is first equation. So if we divide second equation, divide equation 2 by L. So it is C1L plus 4C2L square by 3, which is equal to AL cube by 4AE. This equation C1L plus C2L square, which is equal to AL cube by 3A. So if you put minus, get cancelled. C2L square I am making a derivation here. So taking C2L square outside, 4 by 3 minus 1, which is equal to, I am taking AL cube by AE outside. So it is 1 by 4 minus 1 by 3. C2L square into 1 by 3, which is equal to AL cube by AE minus 1 by 12. Because taking LCM, it is 4 into 3, 12. Cross multiply this, 3 minus 4. So it is minus 1 by 12. So I am going to find out the C2 value. So here it is L square, here it is L cube. So we can cancel the terms. So 3AL by AE into minus 1 by 12. So C2 value is minus AL by 4AE, minus AL by 4AE. Okay, next we are going to find out the C1 value. For this, I am substituting for the equation number 1, C1L plus C2L square, which is equal to AL cube by 3AE. C1L is equal to AL cube by 3AE minus C2L square. So AL cube by 3AE. C2 is always already minus in the form minus, so plus the C2 value is AL by 4AE into L square. So C1L is equal to AL cube by 3AE plus AL cube by 4AE. So we're taking the LCM, so 12AE, so you cross multiply by this 4AE plus 3AE, so totally 7AL cube by 12AE. C1 into L. C1 is equal to 7AL square by 12a. 7a L square by 12a. Now the displacement function u of x is equal to initially c1x plus c2x square. We can substitute the c1 value and c2 value. A L square by 12ae into x minus AL by 4AE into L square. So this is the general equation for the displacement. So here the exact solution from the previous problem, the axially loaded bar, the exact solution is u of x is equal to a by 6ae 3l square x minus x cube. So you can verify from the first and foremost example we have completed. So a by 6ae into 3l square x minus x cube. When x equal to L, when putting x equal to L, we will get a by 6ae 3l cube minus l cube. So it is 2l cube. 2 and 6 get simplified. So finally you get al cube by 3a. When you substitute x equal to L, the displacement at x equal to L is al cube by 3ae. If you substitute x equal to L in this formula, that is weak formula, we can get the same answer. That is u of x is equal to 7 by 12 al square by ae into x minus al by 4ae into x square. So when you substitute x equal to L, it is 7 by 12 al cube by ae minus al cube by 4ae. So when you take 12ae as LCM, 7al cube minus, it is 3 times, so 3al cube. So the difference is 4al cube by 12ae. If you simplify, it is 3 times. So finally you get al cube by 3ae, which is similar result obtained from the weighted residual method. This weak form of weighted residual method is exactly gives the same solution only at the ends, only at the boundaries, that is x equal to 0 and x equal to L. It is not accurate in the in-between points. So the same problem you can try with the Galerkin method. You will obtain the displacement function as 5al by 16ae into 2lx minus x square. So you take this as an assignment. Try the same problem, that is axially loaded member with the loading Q0 is equal to ax, with the same boundary condition x equal to 0, u equal to 0 and x equal to L, the slope is equal to 0. You try the problem with the Galerkin method, because we tried only using point of collocation method initially. You try the same problem by Galerkin method, you will get this answer, and you can compare the answer with the weak formulation, also with the weighted residual method and also with the Galerkin method. So the weak form of weighted residual method gives the solution for the problem is in the form. So I think very large derivation. So it is to explain the weak form of weighted residual function. Weak form is nothing but we are reducing the degree of differentiation. We are reducing the degree of differentiation to make the calculation easy, but it does not give exact solution at intermediate points. It can only give the exact solution at the end point, that is boundaries. Okay, we can solve another problem in the next lecture.